Howdy folks, welcome back to Black Sheep Meadow. I'm Brent.
And I'm Amber.
And we got a good one for you today.
We sure do.
We're doing a little meat bird update. Our meat chickens are 35 days old as of today. And we are keeping them on a pasture raised type system where they're in the chicken tractor back here behind us. And we're moving them to fresh grass pretty much every single day. Very few exceptions with that. We had some bad weather came through and we had to keep them on some high ground for a little while.
Keep them on the high ground, and doing that we added some shavings to the coop just to kind of absorb, because you weren't going to stop 5 inches of rain from getting in there and getting moisture under them. So we were throwing some shavings in there to try to give them, something.
Elevation, yep.
Well, give them some elevation, give them some to dry off. It was a little bit cooler, so they were, huddled up underneath the heat lamp. Which we still have them on, just because the temperatures are fluctuating enough that, especially in the evenings, they're still wanting to be underneath that heat lamp. So we've been moving it around in the coop too.
Yep, and it helps disperse the manure load. It's still a fairly large coop. I don't know, I see a lot of people use chicken tractors this exact same size, and they'll put 50 birds in this footprint. And this is, I believe, a 7 foot wide by 12 foot long.
And I'm not sure how they do it.
I probably wouldn't run anything more than about 20 in this particular square footage.
Yeah, we're going to see the 17 that are in there now seem to be a good number in that coop. When we get our 20 meat birds in here in a couple months, we'll see how that works, and we might have to make some changes or something like that. But it's working really, really well. Even moving it around, it's holding up really well. You added some supports to the corner?
I added some supports to the corners for moving it around.
Just to try to give it some more...
I can be a little more rowdy with it when moving. So
yeah. And then they're drinking a lot of water. So
they are consuming... We have a total of 9 gallons of water in the coop at any given time now. And they are consuming somewhere between like 4.5 to 6 gallons of water a day. I think the rain day they consumed a little bit less, probably because there was a lot of moisture in the coop and it wasn't as hot outside.
Definitely.
But with the upcoming warmer temperatures that we're going to see here in the next few weeks, I fully expect these birds to really tick up on the water.
Yeah. And then the feed, they're still eating like crazy. But
I think we're probably going to start doing some cuts to their feed, because I feel as if they are a little bit heavy for this point in their time.
And as we move them, we're going to move them out into the little black Rubbermaid tote that you can see back here. We're gonna move them into that and then move the coop.
Yeah,
and
we've actually exhausted the area that the coop is currently in. We've actually used up every patch that we could possibly move it to. So now we're gonna move it to the other side of the house. That was one of the things we wanted to keep these birds up close to the house. We are in a very dense predator area that there's really nothing we could do about the predators in our area. There's a lot of land around us that we're just never gonna stop them. But
so we've been keeping them close to the house. 1 for electricity, 2 for predators.
Man, I've got the radio on them 24 hours a day, which seems to be really helping.
Right.
So.
You've relocated a couple coons that have gotten a little bit too close.
Yeah, they went to coon heaven.
They're not a problem anymore. But before we put them back in the coop, we're gonna do spot weighing like we did when we moved them out of the box, in the brooder box, to the chicken tractor. We're going to take about half of them. We're going to weigh them, see where they're at. We believe they're a little heavy for right now, so we're definitely going to have to cut back.
Watch the feed, yep.
On the
but
feed.
Here we are. We started with 17, and these are the jumbo Cornish cross. They are not known for having the highest survival rate.
Right.
And we started with 17, and we still have 17 on week 5. So. And
they all look really, really good. So they're all...
we must be doing something right.
Yep. They're all staying relatively clean. I don't see any weird pasty butt. Their feet look fine. They're running. They're still being active. They're not. It's one of the things that people said to watch out for was when they get too big, they'll stop moving as much. They're still walking around quite a bit. They're still moving. They're still flapping their wings. Matter of fact, we have to do something to one of our feeders because we got scared there wasn't enough chickens.
Correct. Yeah, I counted the chickens 4 times this morning, and I counted 16 4 times. And I'm like, okay, what happened to number 17? And started looking, he was actually inside the feeder, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do something to keep that from happening. That way we don't accidentally drown a chicken.
Yep. So we're gonna get started on this. We're gonna put y'all on time lapse. Y'all follow along.
Get you crossed. Okay, so we got the tractor moved to its new temporary home on this side of the driveway. We're going to, you figured out how many?
I'm fully confident. I think we're going to have probably about 14 days worth of area that I can move the chicken tractor to over here. After 14 days, approximately 2 weeks, we'll be back from our events that we got going on. But I'm going to move the chicken tractor up to the front portion or back behind the barn. And that's where we're going to process them. So.
Yep. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take them out one at a time, and we're going to weigh half of them, or are we just
going to weigh all of them? We're going to weigh them all.
We're just going to go ahead and weigh them all. Put them back in there. We've got fresh water in there. We'll bring food in there afterwards. But this way they've got...
The laying hens are making a bunch of noise.
The laying hens are talking to us. Okay.
So we're going to get them
started.
Alrighty, folks, we got all the birds weighed, and that was total chaos and pandemonium. There was birds flapping everywhere. They're a lot stronger now. Their wings are a lot more.
They're a lot heftier. We're gonna have to come up with a different way to weigh them going forward. The scale and sliding and yeah, it was fine when they were baby chicks.
Yeah, now they're a lot bigger.
Now.
So,
but we got some totals.
Yep.
17 birds totaled 71.5 pounds. That averages out to 4.2 pounds average.
Yep.
Our highest bird was 5.4 and our lowest was 2.14.
Yep.
So
2 pounds 14 ounces.
2 pounds 14 ounces, yes. And the highest bird was 5 pounds 4 ounces.
Yes.
So we've got...
We're probably just a little bit high, I think, still on, like I said, we're only on week 5. Our average weight's a little high. We still got a couple small birds. I think we're going to knock down our feed down to maybe like a 20% protein.
So
we have
just counting that, 11 of them were 4 pounds.
Yes.
So I think is that where they need to be?
Yeah, they're a little bit high still.
They're a little bit high, and we've already reduced the protein in their feed, so we might cut them back a little bit more.
Correct. We have them down to about a 23 to 25% right now. We got a blended feed on them right now.
And we might just cut
them down to about a 20%, I think.
They're still moving around really well.
They're doing really well.
They're still eating and drinking. I didn't see any sores on any of them from laying too much. None of them
quite active. I was really worried about the bad weather this past week.
Yeah,
they managed to do just fine.
They handled that I think we were more stressed out than they were, but we put the shavings down, which I think helped keep them dry.
Yep.
We had the heat lamp on them, so we're going to get that back in the coop. We're going to get the rest of their feeders and waters in there. And then they're home for a day.
They should have the next 2 weeks they're going to spend in this area, and I'm going to move them to a new spot every single day. I've got to get the radio back on them because I think the radio is doing a tremendous job at keeping the predators at bay. You know, the raccoons they kind of think twice when they hear the noise.
I hope so. I think it'll help, and it also help that we're active in this area, so we're constantly, our smells and everything are in here. We're in here doing stuff all the time. So
got about 3 more weeks on these chickens, and y'all gonna get to see the big day.
Yep, that's our chicken update for the 35-day mark.
Yep.
And we're excited to see them go.
Yep. So guys, in the meantime, if y'all like what we're doing, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, hit the little bell for the notifications. Whenever we post new content, y'all get the notification on that. We encourage y'all to homestead yourselves.
Yes.
Quit being dependent on the system. Be self-sufficient and do something to support yourselves, your families, etc., and so on.
Don't be afraid to fail at something, because
get out there and do it.
Get out there and try.
Yep.
Let us know if you have any questions. We're not experts on any one particular thing, but we'll be glad to help you. And till then, we will see you next time.